Hello, welcome to InfraCircle. As part of our pre-budget coverage, we have Deepak Sahu, our fertilizer correspondent, who will give us insights into what to expect from the sector and what we have in store in the upcoming financial year. Hi Deepak.
Hi Murugesh.
So, what is the key takeaway for the fertilizer sector in the budget? You've heard that the government has released, it plans to release 70,000 crore as subsidy. So, what do we? Can you explain more about this?
Well, Murugesh, when you talk of fertilizer, the first thing comes in mind from budget is fertilizer subsidy numbers. Actually, how much government will release subsidy for this particular fiscal 17-18, and what basically what we are picking from our sources that, and as compared to last year's around 74,000 crores. It was released from the government for the fertilizer subsidy, both for urea and P&K fertilizers. Yeah. And sources are telling us this time that there will be a drastic cut, in fact, for the subsidy thing, and probably 69,800 crores will be allocated for fertilizer subsidy. It will include both urea as well as P&K, imported as well as indigenous fertilizers. And the basic reason for the cut, what sources are telling us that government finance ministry basically is of the view that fertilizer department has been given many options in the past, including gas pooling mechanism and better efficiency of the fertilizer plants.
As it was announced in the last budget regarding the launch of pilot DBT, and what do you think the road ahead it is for this in this regard?
Absolutely, a big thing coming up during this budget in terms of DBT in fertilizers, because what we saw last year, Arun Jaitley, finance minister, announced that pilot DBT process should be on across the country, and Department of Fertilizers started pilot project in terms of DBT in 16 selected districts, and that process is literally on. In fact, 8 districts pilot have been is over, and from February 1st another 8 districts, in fact, they will be live on this thing, and by March end, what sources are telling us that the pilots will be over. And in the budget, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley may present a vital roadmap, in fact, how to go ahead for this fertilizer DBT all across the country, and probably they will select states, in fact, how to start the DBT process state-wise.
So could you also please elaborate a little more on the model retail fertilizer shops?
Yeah, this was a very innovative step, in fact, announced last year in the budget by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley to open around 2,000 fertilizer retail model shops, in fact, and this was a target given to fertilizer companies in next 2 years. In fact, they would have to open these shops, but Department of Fertilizers was very proactive, and basically the target was scaled down to, in fact, a year, in fact, and fertilizer companies were asked to open these shops in another 1 year, and probably what sources are telling us that 1,600 to 1,700 shops have already been opened all across the country, and these model retail fertilizer shops will all have kind of facilities, soil testing facility, and all kind of farmers queries to address. These kind of facilities will be there in these model retail shops.
So many things coming up in this budget for the fertilizer sector. Watch out this space for more.